Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So the last time we talked about gold, we said gold was bearish. So this week we want to look in depth into gold. As you can see, I'm currently on the weekly chart, and from the weekly chart you can see that this was the last break of structure we had to the upside, and price came down and tapped into this POI here. So the way we mark our charts, this is non-liquidity. So we can do the same for the upside too. As you can see, gold came up, came down, and failed to break this high. That means this was a retest. So this is liquidity. That means liquidity is resting above. Yes. Now, from this same point here, you can see that gold also took an internal low. Yeah, this internal low, making this level a protected level. This particular level, a protected level. So we're anticipating that gold will come up and take out this liquidity at the upside. But let's look at the daily time frame and other time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can see that everything becomes clearer here. Okay, this is that point where gold tested the high, and we have been bearish since. Now looking at this price action alone here, what else can we see? So we can see that sellers were induced here, and they were also induced here, thereby creating tons of liquidity to the upside. But from the daily time frame, we can also see that we have another internal low at this point, which has been taken out by price. So if I go to my 4-hour time frame, we want to check inside of this place again where we have, what can we see here? Okay, from the 4-hour time frame, we can also see that this place is liquidity, and it has been taken out. So let's look at the opposing side now. Since this low has been since this low is protected, we want to look at the highs to know where is protected and where is not protected, so we can know where we can target once we get our trade. Okay. So from this place, I can see that we have a high that was sweet, thereby giving us a protected level here. Then sellers were induced here. Since sellers were induced, it means that taking sales is going to be what? A trap. So at this point in time here, where we had this high, low, and price came back to test this high, this point here becomes what? Our targeting liquidity, which is what? Our structural liquidity. So if I should put this here, this is now where we are targeting. So now let's look at this week. This week, I feel like there's still a lot of price action inside of this place. So if I go down to my 1-hour time frame, let me see. 1-hour time frame. Okay, so on the 1-hour time frame, we can see that we have a liquidity block here that is building up, and we can see that we also have liquidity here at this point. This is also liquidity, but let me go down to the 15 minutes so that you can see it clearly. 15 minutes time frame. All these price actions are fast, so let me just delete them. So on the 15 minutes, okay, yeah, look at what I was telling you. So on the 15 minutes, we had this liquidity block, this, and we had this high taken out. Then we had this was the first bias inside of this trend. Since this is the first bias, this is what? Liquidity, and I feel like this liquidity has been taken out. So we now have a trade from here. We can start looking to buy gold. So anybody that is selling gold now is taking a huge risk, because gold is not going to sell until it takes out the opposing liquidity. So I'm trying to draw this. So this is where my entry was last night. I already had the limit order set here since last night. So my limit order was around this point, and I'm targeting this high for good. So this is what my entry is going to look like. So for those that would like to enter this trade, you will now have to wait, go back to the 15 minutes or probably the 5 minutes time frame to wait for the same pattern, to wait for we already have a sweep here on the 5 minutes. This. So what you are going to do is you are going to wait for early buyers to be taken out, just the same way, which is this first leg that is going up now. It will create a retracement. Then once that retracement is created, probably we'll see something like this, then gold may continue going up. So if you want to enter this trade, what you need to do is you have to wait for these early buyers to be taken out. That means there's going to be liquidity somewhere around here in the future. Then what you are now going to do is you are going to wait for that liquidity to be taken out. Then you cannot enter your buy trade. That means if the market now comes down like this and tap into this zone, you can now buy from here. So that is what it looks like. So for us in our community, we're already in this trade, we're already riding good. Our take profit is around 4538.63. That is what we are targeting for good. So thank you, see you on the next one.